How big is too big? You have to read the chapter to know exactly what it's all about. How big is too big? I don't want to give it away. It's so intriguing. It's so good. And I'm not just saying it because it's my book and it's me. You have to read it. How big is too big? Think about it. Think about it. You haven't thought about it. And if you only are equating it to sex, if you only are equating it to your size, you haven't even touched the surface. Hello tonight, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Mary Jae here. I know I stuck it in on you all tonight. We were actually supposed to do this chapter 6, on tomorrow. But here's the deal. My birthday is this Saturday. It's this Saturday. I will be turning 55 double grace on the 23rd this Saturday, and I am so excited to do so. I am so thankful and blessed to God just to be here, just to walk in my purpose, just to go forth the call that God has given to me. And so on this Saturday, I'm with my brothers. I have 6 of them, 6 handsome brothers. My bodyguards will be taking your girl out. We'll be having a great time. So I will be with them. So guys, listen, I wanted to make sure that I got all 11 chapters in before then. So that's why I decided to jump in here on tonight. I apologize. It was unexpected. I came on a little bit earlier just to get you a heads up when it dawned on me, okay? Because otherwise, I would be finishing these 11 chapters after my birthday. And I wanted to do it to you guys and have you guys to come in and share with me for my birthday so we can have all of this done prior to, okay? So if you don't mind, those of you that have been sharing with me, get your book out. Get your book out. If you have a copy of Intrigue, I hope you are already intrigued. I hope you are already so intrigued, so captivated by the content that is in this book. It is propelling. It's thought-provoking. Guys, listen, I enjoy coming on live with you all and sharing the contents of the book. So we're getting ready to go in a little further. We're going to share from the chapter title on tonight, How Big is Too Big? Of course, on last night, we just finished up the chapter prior to on last night, Know Your Size. Know Your Size was last night. So we're going in a little more tonight. And I don't want you all to be shy because you all have been quite shy. You haven't been asking any questions. You haven't been really saying a whole lot. But I want you all to come into the space and tell, hello, my girl Kelly. Congratulations to you, beautiful 5-time best-selling author. Yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I am so proud of you, my beautiful sister. God bless you on each and every endeavor. Let your work continue to go forth and just continue to be great, my love. Love you much. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for sharing with me in this space. So, guys, we're on to our next chapter for tonight. I am looking forward to us getting in. We're talking about intrigue, shifting your paradigm to produce positive, life-changing results. Listen, is to tear down those old belief systems, to tear down all of those old behaviors, all that old generational curse, generational trauma, and to do something differently, to think a little deeper, to become a little wiser, to be more accountable for our action in the way that we see things, the way we perceive and process life, because we're responsible for our choices. So listen, I'm so happy to share with you all as it relates to that. For those of you that don't have the book, but you would like to pick up a copy, you can go directly to Mary Jae Enterprise and receive your copy. There's the ebook on there. You can go right now if you like. And you can follow along with us via ebook, or you can Go to Mary Jae Enterprise or even Amazon.com and receive a copy of the entry. The book is on sale, so you'll be in for a special treat because you'll be able to get it at the sale price. So go there and see what's going on the website at either Mary Jae Enterprise or, like I said, go to Amazon and you can get the same book there as well. All right, we already gone over chapter 1, guys. Market your product. Chapter 1 was market your product. We know that we're our own marketing billboard. I say it all the time. You're your aura. That aura is your advertisement. Your presence when you enter a space says everything about who you are. People will perceive who you are just by looking at you. And that is so unfortunate because we always say you can't judge a book by its cover. You can, but people are judging you based on your appearance, the way that you present yourself, the way that you engage others, and the way that you are just carrying yourself and your conduct. They're really judging you whether you want them to or not. So make sure that you market your product, make the best presentation of self, whether it's you as a person, a product, or services that you are providing. Market them well, and be proud of them. Be proud of who you are or what you are presenting. Okay. All right. Then we're going to go on to make the investment. Make the Investment was a chapter that was written as it relates to taking care of you, self-care, self-love, self-worth, making an investment in you, counting on you, betting on you. What was the last time you did anything? When was the last time, I should say, did you do anything special for you? When did you last take time to invest in you? Invest in you as it relates to sharpening your skills, your coaching skills, your business, your craft, or whatever it is that you are into. Make the investment in you, invest in all these other things, so invest in ourselves, all right? And then we have manage your time. One of my favorite chapters, guys, because it's so important how we manage our time, who we give our time and attention to. We talked about the time killers, the time changes, and the time setters. So go have a look at manage your time. And we're just going to mosey on down here, and then we go to our next chapter, the chase. Chasing all of those temporary things, going hard after those things that are temporal, chasing after lust, chasing after the flesh, chasing after waterfalls. Those things won't be with us always. But when you begin to chase hard after the one that created those things that you are seeking is seeking you. They're beginning to chase you down. They're beginning to seek you out. Guess what? Your name is going to be in boardrooms and in meetings that going to bring you before great men. Favor is going to be your friend when you start chasing the one that created the things rather than the things. Come on, somebody, listen. And then we went to know your size. Know your size. Know your size was sensual, guys. It was sensual. It was spiritual. Know your size has everything to do with what fits right, what feels right, what looks right on you. Trying to squeeze your size into your body into a size that is 2 sizes too small is not going to look right on you. It's not going to be presentable. It's not going to be a well fit. So we talked about know your size from all perspectives, all angles. But know your size is just knowing who you are, what feels good to you, what looks right on you, right? And of course, we went in a little deeper as it relates to sex and the stimulation of it and feeling and the vibing of it. So go back. You got to go back to that portion of our interview of this book, Reading and Review, and check that out and know what we're talking about in most of the book. You'll go in a little further. So here we are tonight. We're on chapter 6, How Big is Too Big. We're getting ready to see in just a moment. How big is too big? So we talked about knowing your size and knowing what fits well, what works well, what looks well on you. And now we're right there at how big is too big. So we're getting ready to get into the reading of that. We're going to go straight through. It won't be long. As I said, it's an easy read. The book is very easy to digest, to walk through. You can read the book in an hour and be actually, especially if you're a speed reader, like I am. In most cases, you can read it in an hour and be finished. So, we're gonna go ahead now, and we're going to go right into what we size on tonight. All right, let me just lower my music for you guys on tonight, and so we're going to go right on in. We're going to go right on into where we are. All right, guys, know your size on tonight. Let's get right into the reading of that. I'm sorry, I'm saying know your size of how big is too big. That's where we are tonight. How big is too big? Okay, you'll find it for those who have the book. You'll find it starting at page 55. 75. I don't know why my brain is flip-flopping tonight. On page 75, you'll find it beginning at page 75. The reading will start on page 77. How big is too big? That's the chapter that we're dealing with tonight. And those of you that are coming in and will continue to come in, go ahead and share, tag, invite somebody in the room with us tonight. Go invite somebody to get in this space. I know they weren't expecting me to come on tonight. I kind of cheated a bit tonight and jumped in here really quickly. And but for those who come in, let's go ahead and read. How big is too big? Reaching a maximum capacity in an elevator can cause the mechanics of it to function at its less than its proper speed. Oftentimes, additional weight can cause extreme pressure or complications. Therefore, it is important that you maintain a healthy, balanced diet in order to avoid physical complications. Just as excessive weight can cause stress on the heart, hypertension, diabetes. When you are faced with challenges and circumstances that weigh heavily on you mentally and emotionally, they will cause you to function at a less effective pace. Trying to carry the burdens of life can push you to a point where you find yourself being overshadowed by so many clouds of decisions. Decisions that may in turn breathe fear into you concerning your future. Usually, when you take your eyes off the big picture, you lose sight of the main objective. What is it about you that is so big that you are trying to carry it all by yourself? And it has gotten you to a point whereby you don't know which direction to take. What mountains are you faced with that will cause you to lose sight of all that you once knew to be your dream? Think about that. A dream that someday you know will come true. A dream that one day will become a reality. All of what you see is not all of what will be. That which is presently before you will not be with you always. If you are only able to see what's present and never desire more or expect greater, you would never be able to maximize all that you were created to be and possess. Your present condition does not determine your outcome. Your past failures do not identify who you are. Who you are today has no bearing on who you are becoming. Never allow your circumstances to dictate your future to you. In many cases, when things become so overwhelming and difficult to bear, it usually means that you are at the place where the big picture is beginning to take form. Let's think about that. Let's process that for a moment. Where you are is not where you will always be. And where you were, you're not still back there. Life continues to move forward. So what is it about you? What is it about your vision? What is it about your dream that is so gigantic that you feel so afraid to step out and do it, step out and become it, step out and achieve it? Because it's so enormous that you think that you cannot do it. And the only thing that is in the way that is stopping you from getting closer to your dream, your goals, and your vision is you. Feeling that it's too big for you to handle. Of course, it's way too big for you to handle. It's too big for you to handle it by yourself, but it's not impossible, right? Let's continue. Your present condition does not determine your outcome. Your past failures do not identify who you are. As it relates to your dreams, while you are asleep, many times you will wake up, open your eyes, you begin trying to remember everything that was in the dream, only to discover that what just took place really did not happen. You ever been there where you had this dream, you were asleep, and there was this dream before you, and you woke up to realize, wait, I just had a dream. That's not even true. That really didn't happen. And oftentimes, adversity will try to show up on your path to destiny, only to sabotage your dreams, visions, and purpose. But just as you awaken, you realize that regardless of all that is against you, no weapon that is formed will prosper. Instead, it's all working out together for you. In other words, nothing and no one will be able to block or stop your dreams from coming true but you. As I said, you're your own blocker. Of course, the enemy would send people. There would be some adversities. There would be some challenges and some things that would arise in your life. There would be some stumbling blocks that will come your way. But you're the only one that can really stop you. And how do you stop yourself from moving forward? By standing still, by not taking that leap of faith. Listen, God said this to me one day. I remember it so vividly. I was in my kitchen cooking, and he said to me, daughter, if you're going to believe me, and if you're going to trust me with it all. If you're going to believe me for it all. Why take baby steps? And this is what he said: leap into the deep. And many times we're not ready to leap into the deep, right? Because we're afraid, because we don't know how deep it is and how far it takes for us to go to the bottom. We might not make it back up to the top if we leap into the deep. So the unknown is the thing that keeps us from moving forward. But just like when you were asleep and you woke up and you realized that, wait, that was just a dream, those things really didn't happen. Your thoughts that continue to race in your mind will make you think that, listen, this can't happen for you. Why you're thinking so big? Why? Who are you to do what you're doing? And then you begin to second guess yourself. And we're talking tonight from the chapter, How Big is Too Big? If you continue to stand through the difficult times, you will soon begin to see those mountains turning into valleys. Listen, and the drought will soon be over. All of those mountains that were before you, all of those challenges that were before you, you'll see those mountains if you just stand strong and hold fast to your why. Hold on to your why and never let it go. Stand fast and hold on. You'll see all of those mountains become valleys in your life. All the drought in your life will soon be over because you stood through the testing of time, and there's a fountain to drink from on the other side. You just have to hold fast. Suddenly, there will be streams and rivers flowing through the valleys of your life. Now, this is the big picture that your adversary would never allow you to see. Of course not. Of course not. What happens as soon as you have the vision, soon as you have the dream, soon as you set the goal, your adversary will make you see all the reasons why you can't do it, why you can't achieve it, why you can't have it. He will never show you the bigger picture to show you what happens when you step out and just trust God for it all. He's not going to allow you to see that your struggle won't always be. Listen, when I first started going live, and I was just sharing this with a friend, and we were laughing about this. When I first started going live years ago, I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it because I was like, God, God told me to start live, and I gave him all of the excuses and all the reasons why I didn't want to. You know why? Because of people, because of what people would think and how they might feel, and they judge you and they watch you, they critique you, they try to condemn you, they try to sabotage what you do because of people. That's the truth. I'm gonna be honest. And I didn't want to do it. That was the first thing. And I'm like, God, I don't want to do that. And he told me to. And then I started thinking, oh, they're going to be looking at me. They're going to be watching me. And, they're going to be watching your mouth, watching everything. And God said, vanity, vanity. He was talking to me. He said, that is so vain that you rather not pour out all that I poured into you because you weren't about what people think, what they would say, how they would feel. How many of us are so glad that we're delivered from people? Have you been delivered from people? Have you been set free from people? I have. I am so glad that I've been set free from people and how they feel and what they think. I've been set free from it. And then when I started stepping out and doing what he's called me to do, I began to see the shift, that those things that I was seeking begin to seek me. When I started stepping out and doing what he said do, the thing that I desired, he gave it to me. Because if you delight yourself in God, he will give you the desires of your heart. And so there were some things that I desired. And when I stepped out, he said, when you open your mouth, nations will be healed. Nations will be set free. He said that you will be saved from silence because I'm going to give you a story to tell, and you're going to speak from your heart, and people will gravitate to the story. And that's when I started Real Talk with Mary Jae, a social outlet for a positive outcome, dealing with every subject from social to spiritual. It was because God told me to do it. It wasn't because I said, oh, let me get up here and let me talk. No. Those of you that really don't know me, I am typically a shy person. I know you don't believe it, but I am. uh Especially mic shy, public speaking, even though that's my background. I'd rather be in the background working and serving and multitasking and troubleshooting. That's where I'd rather be. But God said no, start your own talk show. And it was a vision that I had years ago. Never thought that it would be really a reality. Didn't even think about it much. And then when he told me to go forward and start doing K-Fit, Kingdom First International Teaching Church, oh my God, what? On here, God? On here? Oh God. I thought I was missing him. I really thought I was. He told me this back in 2017. that I would be launching this church in 2019. And I was looking for a building because I thought I missed God. And He wanted me on here the whole entire time. And then when things just started shutting in my face, rejection came. I couldn't get this building. I couldn't get that place. And I said, God, send me where you want me to go. Show me what you want me to do. Where do you want to send me? Where do you want me to be planted? And He said, virtual. He said, what was the word He dropped in my spirit? Pop-up church, online. And I wrestle with it, guys. And God said, listen, I've been popping up before the beginning of times. Pop-up church may be new to you, but it's not new to me. And I obeyed. And I felt like all of these shut doors. And He said, listen, daughter, some doors were shut to bless you. I don't know who that's for on tonight, but some doors were shut to bless you. When I caught a hold of that, I was no longer trying to get in those doors that were being shut. I just remained steadfast and I allowed God to open the doors up. So, whatever your goals, whatever your visions and your dreams, just hold fast, hold on to them. Your adversary, his intention is not to allow you to see the bigger picture. Every intention was designed for defeat. When you begin to understand who you are and who you are becoming, nothing and no one will be able to destroy your faith, delay your purpose, or detour your destiny. In spite of all that you are presently dealing with, you can never dream too big. You are still destined for greatness. And that's the chapter on how big is too big. Who told you you couldn't do it? Who told you it was too big for you? Who told you, who are you to want to think outside the box and do something differently and unusual? Something that's never been heard of, something that no one has ever done in your circle. Who told you you can do that? That's what the enemy will begin to tell you. But when you silence the voices of all those committees that are going on in your mind, speaking to you over and over, and you begin to step out and do it anyway, yeah, you'll see the fruit of your labor. You'll see that where you are is exactly where you were supposed to be because you are destined for greatness. And that is the chapter of how big is too big. I wanted to come on. It's a short chapter, as I said, and all of these are really easy reads. They're not long, extensive chapters. They're easy reads for you to grab the message, grab the meat in it, and take it with you. And for those of you that have the book, go back and read the scripture references after each chapter. How big is too big? See, that's unusual. Most people would hear that and wonder, what is she talking about? Mary Jae? How big is too big? Know your size. Sex toys? That's the next chapter. Chapter 7 coming up on tomorrow. Sex toys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be here. Tomorrow will definitely be on for 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So don't miss tomorrow. And we're going to talk about sex toys tomorrow. But listen, for how big is too big, go and write these scriptures down and go back and look at them. Mark 11 chapter verse 23, Mark 11 and 23, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 13, Matthew 11, 28 through 30, Isaiah 54 and 17, Romans 8 and 28, Isaiah 54. Wait, I already said that. I'm sorry. Isaiah 54 and 17. I said that already. Isaiah 43 and 19. Okay. Mark 11 and 23. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Matthew 11:28 through 30, Isaiah 54:17, Romans 8:28, and Isaiah 43:19. Those are the scripture references for how big is too big. And then chapter 7 tomorrow, we'll be dealing with it. Sex toys. Any questions, anybody? We're done. We're done. We're done. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section right now. And we're getting ready to close out. Again, if you would like to get a copy of the book, you can go to Mary Jae Enterprise and receive a copy of the book tonight. You can go there and receive it at Mary Jae Enterprise. I'll pull it back up on the screen. Or you can go to Amazon and get a copy of the book. And if you don't have any questions, I'll see you on tomorrow at the same time. Go share and invite someone to come in the space with you. We're going to have a discussion about it on tomorrow. We'll be dealing with the subject of sex toys on tomorrow night. That's chapter 7 in the book entitled Intrigue. Can't wait to see you all on tomorrow night, everybody. All right, you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow night for Merry Monday.